For over 4 decades, Weird Al Yankovic has entertained millions with his brilliant musical parodies, eccentric humor, and signature curly hair. He's a pop culture icon who's mocked everyone from Michael Jackson to Madonna and managed to carve out a lasting legacy by doing something no one else dared to do: build an entire career off being unapologetically weird. But behind the accordion riffs, nerdy charm, and clever lyrics, fans have always suspected there was more to Al Yankovic than met the eye. Was the persona an act? Was he hiding a different kind of genius? Was there a deeper message behind the parody? Now, in a rare moment of candid honesty, Weird Al has finally revealed what we all suspected, and it changes everything. The man behind the parody, Alfred Matthew Yankovic, wasn't supposed to be a pop star. Raised in Linwood, California, the son of a factory worker and a stenographer, Al's early life was defined more by accordion lessons and valedictorian grades than rock star ambitions. He didn't party. He didn't rebel. He was, by all accounts, a quiet, shy kid who happened to have a bizarre sense of humor and an almost supernatural knack for clever wordplay in a world obsessed with cool. Weird Al never tried to be. He embraced awkwardness. He made being a dork look fun. His songs, parodies of popular hits, were catchy, hilarious, and often smarter than the originals. By the mid-1980s, he had become the king of parody. Eat it like a surgeon. I Love Rocky Road. They weren't just spoofs. They were cultural events. But that success led to a question that never really went away. Who was the real Al Yankovic? The quiet revolution while Weird Al was laughing on stage, fans were watching closely off stage. Unlike many entertainers of his stature, Al's private life was remarkably quiet. He really made tabloid headlines. He didn't chase fame or act out. He was a vegetarian. He didn't drink. He didn't curse. He didn't even tour with a big entourage, it all seemed. Suspiciously wholesome. In interviews, he was always polite, thoughtful, and humble, but also guarded. It became clear to longtime fans. The man who dressed up in fat suits and sang about bologna sandwiches was hiding something much deeper. Was the comedy in armor? Was Al hiding behind the goofiness? Was there a creative fire burning far beyond the bounds of parody? We all suspected that Weird Al wasn't just weird. He was brilliant, perhaps even serious. And finally, he's confirmed it. The reveal in a recent candid conversation: Weird Al finally pulled back the curtain on his decades-long career. And his words confirmed what many longtime fans had felt all along. Parody was never about just making people laugh, he admitted. It was a way to say something real about pop culture, about society, about how absurd it all is. He continued, I always knew that parody was just the gateway. It got people in the door. But once they were there, I wanted to show them that smart, sensitive, thoughtful people can also be silly. That satire can be sharp and still come from a kind place. In other words, the Weird Al character was never the joke, it was the disguise. Beneath the fake mustaches, loud shirts, and accordion solos was a thoughtful observer of society, quietly holding up a mirror and letting us laugh at ourselves. Comedy with a conscience. For years, Al was underestimated. Critics often dismissed parody as low art, easy entertainment, a footnote in the musical world. But fans knew better. His parodies weren't just funny, they were perfect. Every word matched the rhythm and rhyme of the original. Every vocal nuance was spot on. His band recreated the sound with surgical precision. It was artistry disguised as silliness, and beneath the humor, there was social commentary. Smells Like Nirvana mocked not just a band, but an entire generation of slurred lyrics and angst-driven rebellion. Amish Paradise poked fun at rap cliches while also celebrating the values of simplicity. White and Nerdy was an anthem for the unapologetically uncool long before nerd culture went mainstream. Al didn't mock with cruelty. He celebrated the ridiculousness of pop culture with warmth and intelligence. And in doing so, he became something far more subversive than anyone realized. A genuinely decent person in an industry built on ego. The persona versus the person what fans suspected, and what Al finally confirmed, is that the Weird Al persona was never a mask to hide behind. It was a tool, a way to connect, a way to survive, a way to speak truth without getting crushed by it. When Al said, I'm Weird Al, what he really meant was, I see the world differently. And that's okay. In revealing that his comedy came from a deep, thoughtful place, he admitted something even more powerful, that the line between serious art and silly entertainment doesn't have to exist. You can write a song about aluminum foil and still be a genius. You can wear Hawaiian shirts and still be wise. You can be weird and still matter. The personal pain part of what Al rarely discussed publicly until now was the personal grief he carried during the height of his fame. In the early 2000s, while working on a new album, he lost both of his parents in a tragic accident. They had died from accidental carbon monoxide poisoning in their home. At the time, Al chose to go on with his tour. The decision confused some, but those who knew him understood. Performing wasn't just his job. It was his way to cope, to heal, to give others joy in the face of unbearable loss. Fans suspected then, and now know, that behind every goofy grin was a man who understood pain deeply. A man who chose to fight grief not with bitterness, but with laughter, redefining weird when Al began calling himself Weird Al. It was tongue-in-cheek, a reclaiming of the label others used to marginalize him. But over time, the word weird evolved. He made it something proud, something strong. He taught generations of kids, especially the misfits, the shy ones, the outcasts, that being different wasn't just okay, it was awesome. And now, by revealing that he's always been in control of the weird, Al is giving us a new message. Weird is what happens when you stop pretending. It's not about being strange. It's about being yourself completely. He was never weird for the sake of being weird. He was weird because that's who he really was. And he was never ashamed of it. Legacy and influence. Weird Al's influence runs deeper than most realize. Many of today's top comedians, musicians, and internet personalities grew up listening to his albums. His precision with parody helped shape the tone of modern satire. Shows like The Simpsons, South Park, and BoJack Horseman owe a debt to his blend of humor and commentary. In an age of viral content, Weird Al was ahead of his time. His music videos were event-level entertainment before YouTube even existed. His lyrics anticipated meme culture, remix culture, and fan-made comedy. But more than that, his kindness and humility in an industry known for cutthroat behavior set a new standard. He never courted controversy. He never insulted or degraded. He never needed to. And now, by confirming that his entire career was built not on accident but on intention, he's rewriting the narrative around comedy itself. Weird Al, the real artist. What we all suspected, and now know for sure, is that Weird Al Yankovic is more than a funny man with an accordion. He's a sharp cultural critic, a brilliant musician, a resilient human being, and one of the most important comedic voices of our time. He made us laugh, yes, but he also made us think. And most importantly, he made being different feel cool. In a world increasingly divided, Weird Al offered something pure, joy. He invited everyone to the party, regardless of their background, status, or popularity. And now that he's confirmed what we always sensed, that the weirdness was always intentional, always meaningful, we can appreciate him on a whole new level. Final thoughts. There's something almost poetic about Weird Al finally admitting the depth behind the laughter. In an industry where image is everything and authenticity is rare, he managed to pull off a decades-long balancing act, being truly himself while playing the part of someone who didn't take anything seriously. But the joke was never on us. It was for us. He was in on it the whole time. The accordion, the wigs, the food puns, and through it all, he was quietly teaching us how to embrace our quirks, question pop culture, and find meaning in the absurd. Weird Al Yankovic finally revealed what we all suspected. He was never just a parody artist. He's a master of his craft, a cultural treasure, and most of all, a reminder that weirdness, when wielded with purpose, can change the world.